Hi, I'm Richard Randall, and welcome to Your Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker, the owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. This is the weekly radio show that informs and educates you on how to buy or sell real estate with Colorado's real estate authority. That is Barb Schlinker. Barb's a retired Navy veteran. Barb Schlinker is an author. Barb is also a pilot, and Barb and her team enjoy all that Colorado and the Front Range have to offer. Barb, always great to be talking with you. Now, we air Your Real Estate Voice every Saturday, and if you can't listen to the entire show, that's not a problem. It's always available on Barb's site, barbhasthebuyers.com, or just go ahead and search Barb on most of the popular podcast platforms, iHeartRadio, Spotify, all of the rest. Every week, Your Real Estate Voice covers great information about the housing market and one of the largest assets people have, your home. Barb, what are we going to be talking about today?
Well, Richard, I'm excited about what we're covering today because the market definitely is shifting, but the numbers aren't exactly shaking out like I thought it would. Like, as an example, the days on market went up and the prices went up too. So it's very strange what's going on in the market right now. But what we can definitely see from the listings that we have on the market and the volume of buyers that are coming through is the volume of buyers is way down. So the very first segment we're going to talk about is how to sell a home with fewer buyers in the market. And then, of course, how to get the home ready for sale. And then we're going to talk about contract provisions that actually protect buyers and sellers when they're in contract on a home. Because sometimes buyers need to pull out of a contract, so the sellers need to know that. There's all kinds of provisions that we're going to cover in that segment. And the very last segment, we're going to talk about the 6 big reasons to sell your home with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And always, I love talking about our hot new listings. Richard?
Barb, with the rates being as high as they are, there are just fewer buyers that can afford a home. So how do you sell a home when there are fewer buyers to choose from?
Well, I think the key is that you have to make sure you prepare for it and plan for it. The Fed keeps saying they're going to continue raising rates, which absolutely affects demand for homes because most buyers are getting a loan and most buyers need to get a mortgage. And if the payment is too high, it takes them out of being able to purchase. Right now, I just checked this morning, the average 30-year fixed is about 7.3%. It's a pretty good rate. I mean, looking back in my adult life, it's not horrible. But a lot of the buyer population has never seen rates above 5 in their lifetimes. 43% of the buyers are either millennials, Gen Xers, or the new one, whatever the new one is, Generation Z. So, but we're still seeing low inventory. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that many of the people that have a home that maybe want to upgrade their home, get a different size home or a different floor plan home, are in a situation where they have really, really low interest rates. So when they make that change and buy a new home, they're going to have to put a huge down payment to offset that much higher interest rate right now. And so the new stats came out for the Pikes Peak region, and I was quite surprised that the average sales price went up again. Actually, the average price is just within a few $1,000s of what it was at the peak last year of August 22. So if you look at the whole picture, August of 2022, the Fed started raising rates. We went from 3% and zoomed right up to 7%. It was the fastest increase ever in our history. And in the Pikes Peak region, it caused prices to drop overall about 11%. And then it waggled, and then it gradually started going up, and then it's waggling some more. So it really depends on how you present your home to the market. The other thing too is if they raise rates again, it's really going to have an impact on the availability of buyers out there and the ones that can afford homes. And but the reason why the prices haven't ultimately just crashed is because of just pure demographics. There's more buyers that need homes right now than what's being put out on the market. So that low inventory is a key factor that are keeping the prices relatively the same. So if you're worried about, oh my gosh, I should have sold my home early last year when the market was booming, don't worry, you haven't missed a whole lot. It's only changed maybe 1 percentage point since then. It's going to be fine. But you have to make sure you hire the team that knows exactly how to get those 3 P's right: preparation, pricing, and promotion. So don't worry too much. It's okay. But the high mortgage rates absolutely do affect the affordability for most buyers. And people that don't have to sell, they're probably not going to sell right now. It's only the motivated sellers that are really going to make a difference. We could see some seasonal corrections too. Typically in the summertime, that's usually boom time for most of the sales, and it might drop off in the fall. But a lot of people also worry about that. Did I miss a selling season? Don't worry. We sell homes year round. In fact, last year, December was my second busiest month of the year. So don't panic. It's okay. Put your home on the market when you're ready to put your home on the market. But keep an eye on those interest rates, because that does impact the buyer's ability to purchase a home. My name is Barb Schlinker. I'm the broker owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Barb has the buyer's team. I've been here in this market for 27 years. So I've had a lot of experiences that I'm happy to share with you. And hopefully that'll make your real estate experience much better. And when we come back, what we're going to talk about is some great steps to prepare your home for sale when you're dealing with a buyer pool of fewer buyers there in the market. And if you are thinking of making a move, please give us a call. Our number is 719-301-3900, or you can go to barbhasthebuyers.com. Right now we have well over 27,450 buyers that are registered just on my little website looking for homes. Plus we have 64 high net worth cash investors. And, we can typically match a buyer to your home very quickly. So if you are thinking of making a move, give us a call, 719-301-3900, or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. Richard?
Barb, we're discussing the Fed's recent increase on the Fed borrowing rate and whether or not it has an effect on the housing market. What should home sellers expect and do in a market situation just like this one?
Well, here's the thing is that what we have seen as compared to the boom, which I don't know that we'll ever see a boom market again like we did from the end of 2020 all the way through April of 2022. That was kind of an anomaly. It was tough for buyers because most of them had to compete. Most of them had to make offers way over asking price and have excess cash and all that. And it was tough as a buyer. It was a really good time as a seller because you get multiple offers and you just get to pick and choose the best buyer. And it was great. Now it's happening less often that sellers are getting bidding wars on their home. Actually, it's pretty infrequent. All the stars have to align to make that happen. But because the rates have gone up, it's all about affordability for the buyer. So if they can't afford it, obviously they're not going to make an offer. So we've seen probably a reduction in the buyer pool of a good probably 20% overall. So to get yourself ready to make the most money when you're selling your home in a market, there's a lot of things that you have to think about. First of all, you have to make sure you prepare your home for sale. Now, not everybody wants to go on the market, completely remodeled or anything like that. It's okay. Don't worry about that. We'll work with it as it is and try to make the best out of what we have for sure. But what we are finding with the inventory still low, it is also very helpful to make sure that you price your home appropriately out of the starting gate. We're probably seeing about 30 to 40% of home sellers, they're looking back on similar sales from just a few months ago. And even I have made this mistake recently. I'm like, okay, well, that home is similar size and it's sold for this much, and yours is in better condition. It must sell for that much now. And so if we go on the market at that price without making it uber realistic, it might end up with crickets, which I've seen that happen before, where it seems like it's priced appropriately, but if nobody's coming out to look at it, or if you're getting very few showings and no offers, you miss the mark on the price. You got to reconvene and get it right. Typically, you want to make sure you have your home priced appropriately within 30 days. The people that lose money are the ones that go on the market and just wait and wait and wait in order to get their price. And it might take a long time, or it may not sell at all. And you don't want to be in that situation. Bidding wars are rare right now. You can expect longer days on market. So preparation absolutely is critical. And that's part of what my team does, is help you prepare your home for sale. Probably a majority of people that I meet with either have not ever sold before or don't sell a home very often. And the market drastically changed between before we had really high quality imagery to what we had 15, 20 years ago. So the normal process for a buyer is that they look at homes online. They're eliminating a majority of them before they even reach out to a real estate agent. And I know I just did this in another market. We're buying a home for our son. So I got to play buyer, and it was really good to be on that side of the equation and have the experience. But we didn't even reach out to an agent until we had eliminated maybe all but 2 homes. And then pricing it right. If it's not priced right, if they're finding better deals, they're not going to come and see it. Fewer buyers want homes that need work, because fewer buyers qualify for a mortgage right now, and most of them don't have the excess cash in order to come up with money to make repairs. If you're presenting a home that needs repairs, it better be priced really aggressively, or the buyers won't even raise their hand for it. And typically, 88% of those homes are eliminated online based on the imagery that they see online. That's way different than what it was years ago, where you get with a real estate agent, they'd pull out that white MLS phone book and the agent knew all the inventory. Now it's not the case. In fact, I just talked to my partner last night, and he put a client under contract, and he had been showing them homes, but they popped in on an open house, which he didn't show them that one, and they ended up buying that one, which is great. So he took care of them. But you need to hire an agent that really needs to know how to market appropriately. You would not believe how many times I see really ugly, bad pictures of homes that are just absolutely unnecessary. I was looking at one the other day, Richard, where not only was there a lot of clutter in the home overall, but then they had this one image of a bedroom where it looked like they just crawled out of bed. The covers were torn down. There was a carpet cleaner right there, and there's a mess in the room. I'm like, that is marketing? No, this home is going to get rejected by buyers when you present your home that way. And home sellers need to know that. They can't let their agents be lazy and take happy snaps with their phones. So if you are thinking of making a move, give us a call at 719-301-3900 or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. Richard?
Whether it's clutter, curb appeal, drone footage, Barb is the real deal. You're listening to Your Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. She's the host of the program. And if you're thinking of making a move, just call Barb at 719-301-3900. You'll avoid all of those mistakes, or visit barbhasthebuyers.com. Short break. When we come back, we'll be talking about more detail on how to get your home ready for sale. Stay tuned for that.